from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? So, hi, Leo. Oh, my God.
Hi.
To talk about tonight. So, it is July 13th, 2021. I am broadcasting from New York City. Leo is in Idlewild, California.
Actually, doesn't it look like the asylum that we met Bill Goffey at? Kind of.
You know what? It kind of does. And you're going to have to tell us all about where you are because I know you're not home. I want a special shout out to Jim Bell. He's in New Hampshire, and he is our producer and engineer for Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com, Armed Radio Global. And we are coming live through you got your TuneIn app. Just type in Armed Radio and we'll pop up every Tuesday at 9 p.m. You can also stream us on armeddigitalmedia.com, Armed Radio Global. You can stream that. I know Leo listens to the shows, so Leo always reminds me of other shows that are on there. So check them out. And the great thing, Leo he is like our tech guy, tech guru, tech mastermind of media. So we are on What's the Story with Maria is on Facebook Live on the or What's the Story with Maria page, on my personal page, my Maria Gentili page, and also it's simulcasting on YouTube, on our YouTube page. Annette Zito has said hello. Hi, Annette. Annette, let me put the comments. Annette has checked in. Hi, Annette. How are you, honey?
Oh, stop.
What is she saying?
She's saying that Leo guy is the best.
He is the best. He really is. Now, while I'm going to go to Facebook for my personal page on my phone, because I like to look at both things that are happening. Now, Leo, I was so worried about you because I heard on the news that there's all kinds of power outages, all kinds. Yeah. And I said, I wonder if this has affected Leo. I didn't hear from you today because I know you've been working and I've been working. But there you were. You popped up, but you have a different background. So can you tell us what is happening, Leo Rodriguez?
Well, as a part of safety measures, SCE.
Hold on, honey. Hold on. So can you tell us my fault. Let me lower this. Go ahead.
We see Dorothy. I see you in the green room, girl. There's champagne on the left. There's some danishes on the right. Enjoy. Okay, we'll be with you. Don't get tipsy. Don't get tipsy. Okay. Well, as safety measures, because I live in a mountain town, they do shut off power in certain places. So.
And what's they do that because it's conserve power in case they need it?
Conserve power sometimes, but I think today they were changing some of the stuff on certain poles and changing the equipment.
And are you affected by any of those fires at all?
Not yet. No, thank God. Let's knock on wood.
One of my cousin's daughters, my cousin Robbie and his wife Michelle, their daughter Julia, who I adore, Julia Crugnali, Rena's niece, is moving out to LA. She is a school teacher. I believe she teaches 3rd or 4th grade. So she'll be working in the LA school system. So shout out to Julia, who is en route there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. How interesting. Her boyfriend, who's also out there, Zach, is going to UCLA. He got a scholarship. So they're going out together, which is so wonderful.
Speaking of Crugnali family,
I know, there she is, Rena Crugnali Berge. Hi and happy Tuesday. If Rena didn't pop on, it wouldn't be a show. I see Catherine Salvio. Hi, Catherine Salvio. She says, hi, buddies. And Catherine has the Italian flag in a heart. And you know why? Because Italy won the Euro Cup, won the World Cup 2020.
Wow.
Italia. Azzurra. So that is very, very, very exciting. Catherine, thank you. I didn't get to watch the game, but my dad was and my nieces were glued to it. Annette Zito has checked in. Jean Simpson done. She is in the country. I was in Miami last week and I posted a bunch of pictures of like this kind of hurricane coming our way. And Jean Simpson said, oh, like they're so used to it out in Indiana where she is. So she was giving me some hurricane tips out there. Jean, see you. Leo, it's crazy weather out there. Isabella Raskowski. Hi, it's Marisa and Izzy. Oh my God, they were on our show 2 weeks ago. Remember that, Leo?
Yeah, there we go.
Leo, that was such a fun show. Like
these comments are flying in.
I know they're flying in. Alana Diaz. Hey, Alana Diaz. How are you, honey bunny? an amazing singer I worked with in Jersey, and she is in the she's working in the city a lot now too. So hopefully at some point we'll work together. So we have a lot of great people checking in.
There's the captain wearing long-haired Moses-looking Dominic Pupa has signed in.
Oh my God!
Yes.
So he's just wild with those caftans and that long hair. He's
Free flowing.
He's of another time now. And Karen Livingston is checked in. She's in LA, I believe. Karen, I believe you are in LA. So all our LA people, our Oregon people, our Washington State people. Oh my God, I'm just thinking about you, how hot it is. But how hot was it like the last few days? Like crazy hot, right?
Yeah, like up to 90s up here, which is pretty hot. So last Tuesday, I was down in Palm Springs.
You're in the mountains.
Last Tuesday on my night off, I went down to the desert in Palm Springs. Didn't get to Paul's Bar, but I will soon. But it was at 9 p.m. 102 degrees.
Oh my God. 102 degrees. Did you party a little bit, Leo?
No. I went shopping down for where I'm at is a community center where I work with the kids, and so they had internet, so I came over here. But that's what we went down to get supplies and sodas and fruit and stuff and things like that.
Wow.
Fun. What's that? This is fun.
But listen, 2 weeks ago when I was driving back from Boston after doing the family show, I looked at my car thermometer. It was 104 driving back from Massachusetts. It started off at 98 in Massachusetts. By the time I got to New York, it was 104.
I'll tell you who's hot right now in the green room.
What?
Miss Dorothy Bishop has a fan going on.
Well, she, I'm sure, has many, many fans out there in the world, but I'm sure she has a personal fan. So we're going to bring her on soon. Let's do our merchandise, and then we're going to bring the very talented, very versatile Dorothy Bishop. Okay, so we have merchandise for What's the Story with Maria. For $10, you can get a bag. I washed it today, so it's a little wrinkled.
What? I said I brought no.
You told me you didn't have any merchandise.
You know what? How did I bring all my equipment
in your What's the Story with Maria bag?
What's the story with Maria in a bag?
That's the advertisement, Leo. So the bags are $10. There they are, and it says, "Go ahead, keep eating" on the back.
Mine's an older one, so it doesn't say that.
And our mugs, $10. What's the Story with Maria there on the back? Go ahead, keep eating. And you get the much younger version of me on this, which is wonderful. At the time, I didn't know that I was actually good looking and I shouldn't complain about things. But that's what happens, kids. As you get older, you wish you looked like you 10 years ago. So there I am. I'm going to enjoy that tea. That's a little Irish breakfast tea. And then our piece de resistance. Right? Leo cooks in this every day. This is $25. It's our Go Ahead, Keep Eating apron. And this is the most popular item. There are men out there that have sent me pictures of them with nothing else on but the apron.
As Dominic Pupa says, get to the nudes.
Michael Vaccaro started in LA, totally naked as a jaybird, except for that. And then Wiltie and Hall wanted to match that. I know you're fanning yourself because they're hotties.
Oh, no, I'm just imitating Dorothy. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Well, Leo, so I do want to shout out to Leo. Leo's power went out, and he managed to get himself down to the school he works at and use their power. So we want to thank them so very much.
Oh, wow.
Alana said she was raised in Palm Springs. My hottest summer days peaked at 127. For the love of God, Alana. And she's Cuban, so imagine. That's like double heat there. I made ravioli and chicken parm Sunday, and I couldn't find my Maria's apron, and I got sauce all over me. Damn it, Catherine. Catherine. So we have a lot of great people. I know Marisa is an amazing cook. Marisa and Isabella, all the Raskowskis, they can cook. So I'm sure everybody was watching the Italy game. And shout out to the Italian soccer team. They were amazing.
I was just thinking, I'm glad you took a week off of vacation so you could rest from that snack that Rena laid out for you for your 200th show.
Oh my God. You remember that we said to each other, we said, we're only going to bring a few snacks. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'll bring the cake. And Rena was like, no problem. I'll make a nice caprese salad. And the next thing you know, Marisa and the Raskowski girls showed up with a U-Haul of food. Just a few things. It literally, that's right. And then Marilyn Savino showed up with wings. It was crazy.
Oh
Cora Gauthier showed up. Rosa Abundanza. It was endless. And
it was like stone soup. All of a sudden, you had this big feast.
It was amazing. It was amazing, and I loved it. And now I am on a diet. I have to be, because I got big. You know my rule that if I can't fit in my pants, I go on a diet. But I broke my own rule a few weeks ago and got bigger pants because I just couldn't even think about going on a diet. But now I'm back on. So
I may or may not have done that 2 or 3 times over the years.
Yeah,
so,
listen,
don't feel bad.
You're on a diet too.
Yeah, it's called running around chasing kids.
Yes, Leo and I are on diets. Okay, without further ado, now that so many of our people are on, I do want to remind you guys, if you want to watch us, you can watch us live on What's the Story with Maria page and my page. If you want to share it to your pages while the show is running, it'll run on your page as well. So that's really cool. And then you can always find us on YouTube. All the shows are archived thanks to Leo Rodriguez. Leo Rodriguez! All the shows are archived. And then we go into, Jim Bell puts it into podcasts and Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. Okay. I know we got a diva in the house because you told me about the fan. I can hear the I heard the of a fan. So we're going to pop her in. She is our first guest, Dorothy Bishop. Oh my God, she's fanning herself. I love it.
It's so hot. It's really hard to be glamorous in the middle of July.
I know, honey, and it's
another boa, and you just fits.
Oh, it's an extremely hot July. Dorothy, are you at home or are you somewhere else? Are you in New York?
I'm in New York. I'm home. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here. Yeah.
So, where did Dorothy go, Leo? Oh, there she is. Okay. Anyway, honey, thank you so much for agreeing to do the show. I know you're super busy, and I've tried to get Dorothy on the show about 4 times.
I know.
Because when you're doing shows, I always want to get you on and promote it.
I really appreciate it.
But I mean, it's great. You do great stuff, and I want to let people know about it. But you're very busy, and you travel a lot. Okay, let's go straight to it.
Not
so much. Well, not during COVID, but you were doing. I mean, I've always known you to be traveling, doing shows out of town as well. Ships. You've been on ships, all kinds of stuff. And let's start off with what you're doing now. I know you got a big show coming up at the Triad, so let's tell everybody about that.
So I'm a regular at the Triad. I'm a monthly guest on Friday nights at 7. I wish I could say it was always the 3rd Friday or something like that, but it jumps around a little.
Okay.
But I'm there this Friday at 7, and then I'm back August 27th at 7.
Okay. So what's the date this Friday? Is it the 17th?
So it's the 16th.
16th. Okay.
At
so
7 o'clock. Doors open at 6:30. There's still tickets, $25, 2-drink minimum. They also have food.
Yes, I love the Triad, actually. I think
I love it. Houses. I really love it.
Yeah, I love the way it's tiered, so there's really no bad seat in the house.
Yeah, and it feels like a theater,
Yes, it feels like an old, wonderful theater, and I love the people that run it there. They're so nice.
Yeah. So
this is Dorothy's page, DorothyBishop.com. So just the way it sounds. And this is the Dozen. So you're doing the Dozen Diva show, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I know what your shows are all about, but tell everybody that's listening out there what Dorothy is. I've always known Dorothy is an amazing, legit soprano. But you, Dorothy, have taken all that and just like turned it into this amazing circus of characters.
Yes.
Right? So if someone comes to a Dozen Divas show, what are they gonna get?
Well, the first thing I want people to know is that it's a comedy show. So you will laugh the whole time. If you don't get one of the divas, you'll get the next one. It's divas spanning from anywhere from the 1950s till now. I just added Lady Gaga, and I have a comedy partner who pops in and out. He'll be there, Charles Osborne, this Friday, and he does Bradley Cooper. So we totally spoof Star is Born.
I love it. That's great.
we do a lot of other couple spoofs, and then I do anyone from I had to write it down because I forget. Madonna.
I know, I wrote down a lot of your characters because I forget too.
Yeah, I'm doing a new Madonna parody. Wait, I can show you what I built.
Yeah.
My new Madonna parody this Friday.
This is for the Madonna parody.
Now
Okay.
you'll know you'll have a clue as to what it's about.
Wow. Look at that. And like, Dorothy, can I ask you do your own wigs?
No.
Who does them?
Doug Michael Lucas is my new wig designer and assistant for the show. And I do want to give him a plug. He's with Big Apple Wigs.
Big Apple wigs, okay.
I can show you, well, let me, in a minute if you want to see. So he'd want me to show, he does major drag wigs, like huge, like Lady Bunny, Giant.
Yeah, but your wigs are amazing.
But he does also, just regular girl wigs. He does anything. But downstairs, he's been working down in my downstairs because I don't have anybody in there right now.
Yeah.
And so his wigs are right downstairs. And so I see them every day.
Amazing.
Stunning. He's at Big Apple Wigs. Or just text me if you want to get in touch with him. Anybody out there?
Well, let's talk about not all the characters you do if you don't have time, because I know you do so many of them, but some of the ones that people ask for. Do people ask you, are they like, oh, are you going to do that? Like, I know that I love when you do Sarah Palin, even though that's not a diva, but
yeah, I don't do Sarah. Well, I don't do Sarah anymore just because she's not
right current. I remember that caught my attention.
I love doing her.
I know, and you're so good at it. So good at it that people actually mistook you for her on the street so many times.
Yeah.
I loved when you used to do those on the, like, kind of in the street, filming things.
So fun. It was a real gift. It was easy. It wasn't a lot of makeup or hair. I just pulled my hair up and threw in a red suit and put on the glasses and some lip gloss. It was so easy. And I got a lot of work.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Now, of your divas, are you still do you do Cher as well?
I do Cher. The one everybody loves. Well, there's two that they love. They love, well, hopefully there's more than two, but the ones they're always asked, they remember, is Stevie Nicks.
Wow.
I do a really funny Stevie Nicks. And when Charles is in the show, which he is this Friday, he does Lindsay. So Lindsay makes an appearance. So Stevie and Lindsay.
That's
not getting along so well. So that's my first kids. And then I do a really funny duet of Barbara Streisand live, Skype's Judy Garland from Heaven.
Oh my God.
So the big screen comes down and you see Judy. I'm giving away too much, but you see Judy on screen and they do
a duet. Now, are you doing both parts? I'm sure you are, right?
Yeah, it's me pre-recorded as Judy. And I literally thought of that. I was working with a director who threw that out as an idea. And I thought, oh, I like it. And he goes, well, just play around with it. And I went and I shot it that night on my computer. And it's the only video I've ever used. It just came out exactly as it was meant to be.
Well, because you're a live performer. So it's not like you're used to performing live. Yeah. So you have to get it in one take. It's not film acting.
Yes, yeah.
That get a chance every time. Leo, did you want to ask a question?
I want to know if I'm listening to you speak, Dorothy, and can we watch your 35-second on your page? If that gives us a clue to the wonderful things that you do.
It's on my demo, my short demo reel is on my website, but I'll also post it on my page after this. I'll post it on my Facebook page and my Dozen Divas page on Facebook. Everybody here is mostly Facebook, right?
Yeah. All right, Leo, you want to?
I'm also on TikTok and I'm also on Insta.
Oh,
wonderful.
On Insta.
And all under Dozen Divas?
Yeah, all under Dozen Divas.
Okay. So, Leo,
Dorothy Bishop on. But I have two pages. So.
All right, getting ready, something ready to pop on.
So I'll pop the reel up after this.
People that are okay, go ahead.
New York's #1 female
you're playing.
impersonator, transform into your favorite divas. Dolly, Barbara,
Is it playing?
Liza, Tina, and more. See the show that has New York in stitches, and as the Huffington Post says, dance The Dozen Divas Show.
Wow,
visit dozendivas.com for booking information.
Wow is right. These are epic proportion shows. They're not just like these little, I mean, really, you go all out and you change costumes and everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I have multimedia. The more, sometimes I work in venues that just don't have it, or they don't have it strong enough that we can do it. But ideally, multimedia, and then I have a rack of costumes, and then a table of wigs, and it's good because it fills up the stage.
Yeah.
And then I throw boas and extra costumes to make it like really colorful. So even though it's a one-woman show, it can play in a bigger theater, and people feel they're seeing a show.
I did see a Chihuahua with you, though. I'm going to go backstage, but I want to hear about that Chihuahua.
He's famous. Luther is famous.
And he might pop in here, but he might not. I don't know. He was acting like he was going to.
Well, he's a diva too.
He is a diva.
And you can't, I guess he's a Devo though, right? He would be a Devo.
Yeah.
So Luther, if he feels like it, he'll pop in. But I remember when you first started posting about Luther, you got him in where you had done a show and you got Luther in Mexico.
In Puerto Vallarta. I was at the Red Room.
Oh my God, which I love. I love Puerto Vallarta. I love it.
Yeah,
and Leo is of Mexican descent. So he particularly loves the Chihuahua. He does enjoy a good Chihuahua.
Yeah.
And but Luther has always had a huge personality. Is that correct? I mean, he's kind of famous, Dorothy. Well, I'm not going to say he's more famous than you.
He's famous for being mean, but he used to sing
for being mean.
He used to sing in my show. At the end of every show, they'd bring him out, and I'd put him in front of the mic, and he would sing with me. Then one day, he decided he didn't want to do it anymore, and he bit me on stage. And this is at the Metropolitan Room, so it's small.
No!
And he bit me. He snapped, and everybody just screamed with laughter, and it went viral on Instagram. They were like, "Biting Chihuahua!" And but he never sang again after that. He sings all the time, but he won't sing on stage.
So he really is a Devo. He ended his career with he snapped.
He was like, "I'm done." Yeah.
Snapped. It was recorded. It went viral, and then he just retired.
Exactly. But he's 7, so in dog years, that's 49. So I guess he's just like,
Well, for a Devo, I mean, although no, men can go into their 70s, right?
That's true.
I mean, isn't that always the way? We have to kind of,
I don't know. Women are starting to.
I like it.
See it, right?
Yes.
Women are really coming a long way now in the show business and making their own opportunities if Hollywood doesn't knock on their door.
I love it. You have to though. You have to start your own stuff. But you are a classic case of that.
I always have.
Yeah, you always have. You've always created your own shows. You're not someone to wait around for some casting thing. You will create your own stuff. Hey, it says, hey, he went out with a bang. Yes, Luther went out with a bang for sure. I love watching the show on TV. Yes, no, it's true. It's wonderful. So now, Dorothy, I always wanted to ask you, I was always curious, do you video everything yourself? Like you said that you did this video of the Judy. Do you do all that yourself?
Yeah, I do. I do have a professional videographer. I didn't use them this year because I just didn't have the money, but I did a couple of really big videos because I put video in my show and I wanted it to be super professional.
Yeah.
So we did a Lady Gaga spoof and I had dancers and I had him do that. And then I had him do a couple other things for the show, but I am capable of doing green screen, but I just know how to do basic edits,
You do, huh?
I just taught myself because I got so tired of always having to pay editors. And back in the day, before everybody had iPhones and stuff, we paid them a lot.
I know.
They had the corner on a small market. Now everybody edits, so they've at least come down in price. But yeah.
So you and now that the COVID thing, thank God, has passed pretty much. Not everywhere, but it's passed where we can go back into venues and do shows. How do you feel that the audience is reacting to that? Or does it seem like people?
I've done 3 shows so far.
You have?
Back in April, May, June. Yeah, I started back in April. Packed as it could be. We were only allowed 50% capacity, so I had 75 people, which
wow, that's a lot. First show back.
And then the second show, we had a pretty good number as well. And then I did Gay Pride weekend, which there was a lot of competition because everybo's doing shows. I had 40 or 50, but it was a really great crowd. This week, I hope people will come, and then I take a 6-week break. So I feel like August will be a really good show. But this one came up really fast. I didn't realize how close it was to the last show. and I have a lot of friends that are out of town and stuff. So we're just
you know what? A lot of
marketing,
people are in town, as well as artists. However, I find that a lot of people are coming into town as well.
Yeah.
So,
I had people from the Hamptons in my last show.
Yeah.
Wanted to see a theater and Broadway's closed, and they're like, "Oh, here's this small theater."
And you know what? That's a great point. Broadway is closed, but if you're coming into New York, there's so much to do. There really is so much to do. Broadway's great, and you should always see a Broadway show. But definitely, you should check out Dorothy Bishop in the Dozen Divas show at the Triad, which is on 72nd Street, between, I think, Broadway and Columbus.
Yeah, and it's right above the Mediterranean restaurant, just past Dunkin' Donuts. But just remember to look up.
Yes.
Upstairs.
And once you get into that theater, it's a theater as far as I'm concerned. It's not really.
It's a jewel box theater.
It's beautiful. Yeah. And you'll feel like you're transported in time. And I would imagine that your show it's just a perfect room for your show. I really think so. And the Dozen Divas show, Dorothy Bishop, and Dorothy she's an amazing impersonator. Amazing. But before all that, you were and are a classically trained opera singer. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I went to Yale, and I came to New York to do opera, and I worked really hard at it. God, how long did I try?
Well, you'd have to.
I tried for like 10 years. I mean, I did get work, but it just was never. I didn't really want to move to Europe, and I finally realized if I wanted to be a full-time opera singer, I was going to have to go over there and do an audition tour, and I was getting tired of it. It was so hard. I was like, I don't think what I'm meant to do is supposed to be this hard.
But, right. So when did you decide to take that comic turn?
Well, I'd always been funny. When they would find out that I could do comedy, I did mostly comic operas, and I wanted to do the dramatic dying divas, you know.
Right.
And so the director found out I could be funny. That was it. So I did a lot of an operetta called Così fan tutte, where I played Rosalinda, the disgruntled housewife, and I did a lot of Mozart that was comic Mozart, like Così fan tutte. I did a lot of operetta. I did street scene off Broadway, which was my first kind of professional thing that I did when I came here. I was Polly, but he found out I could play her funny, and he just had me do comedy the whole time. And then it just started slowing down, and I started getting really stressed out, and it started affecting my voice. And then I was getting to where I was angry whenever I sang, because I was just so sick of, like, I would feel like I finally got a break, and then it wouldn't happen.
Right,
and that still happens in this career too, but opera was so expensive. It was so hard. I was paying $200 a week for coaching and training, and then I'd go out and do a job, and maybe I'd make half of it back. I was like, there's got to be a better way. And I wasn't getting into the big time. And finally, this coach just said to me, he goes, I don't think you want to sing opera anymore, and I think you should stop, and I think you should take a break. I can't even coach you. And I was furious. And I went back to my voice teacher crying, and he said, well, what else do you sing? And I said, well, I can sing Broadway. And he goes, well, sing something for me. What can you belt? And I said, I can belt I Dreamed a Dream from Les Mis. And he goes, okay, do it. And he's like laughing, thinking he can't do it. And I belted the whole thing. And he looks at me and he goes, why are you wasting your time in opera?
Right,
like,
right.
You've got a personality, you're funny, you're fun, you've got this great belt. We just need to work some stuff out so you know what you're doing. Because I was just like, wah, full on.
Right.
And I just switched. And I did a lot of Broadway auditions. I got a Broadway national tour. But I kept thinking about cruise ships because I was part of an opera trio on a cruise ship one time when I was younger. And I'd always watched the guest entertainers, the headliners, who had the main stage show, the fly on, fly off acts. And I thought, if things don't work out for me in New York and on land, I'm going to go for this. And that's what I started doing. I was like, I got in as an assistant cruise director with my own 2 shows. And then I paid attention to every guest that came in, and I studied, and I got recs, and I videotaped everything. And I did 2 contracts, which was rough because I was staff. I was not a guest entertainer. So in addition to doing 2 shows, I was hosting tables. I was calling bingo. I was, running around. And then I got a reel together, and I mailed it out. And I got bookings. Yeah, I just started to move real fast.
But you see, everything you talked about was you putting it out there. you have to create your own. You have to create your own content. You have to put yourself out there, because no matter how hard you work, sometimes in certain it's oversaturated or people drop
But
out.
there's just, there's just not. I mean, I look back now, some of my kids that I teach that say they want to go into opera, and I'm like, just know you probably won't make it in this country. You're going to have to go to Europe, and is that okay? And can you get the money? And can you get backing so that you can go over there and stay for a while?
Right.
Because there's just, you can't work here. There's a few people that do, but there's not much work here for opera.
Right, I can imagine. Yeah. But you have managed to just evolve into something that really not a lot of people do. Even though there's a lot of talent in this city, but you really stand out with what you do, like with your impressions and your voice and everything, and you've like packaged it so beautifully. So again, we want to tell you Dorothy's show is this Friday at the Triad, 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. And how do they get tickets? Do they go online and get tickets?
Triadnyc.com.
Okay.
And if you decide last minute and you want to just walk in, you can do that too. The doors open at 6:30.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Dorothy, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Maria.
Weltering July heat to come to us. And, there's the fan. I love that sound. I love the sound of the fan. And give Luther a hug or a bite for us. And if you, I know it's really hot, so I was going to ask you to stick around, but I know it's.
Let me see if I can jump back in. I've got to walk him.
Okay, yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. If you can, and we find you there, fine. But we're going to pull in Ed Coutu now from Blade Salon.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Thank you, Dorothy. It was so nice to see you, and I hope to see you live.
Great to see you too.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
So that was Dorothy Bishop. Really, like she's mellow. She comes on, she talks about her show, but if you see her live, it's very, very, very impressive what she does. So go and check it out. Leo, you're smirking.
I'm smirking because I think
you're blushing a little bit.
There's so much color in the green room now because Ed Coutu's been in there.
Oh my God. Ed Coutu is not just Ed Coutu of Blade Salon. He's also my high school buddy. We went to high school together.
Oh yeah, I know. I want all the dish.
Yeah. Eddie was amazing then. He's amazing now. And we always talk about Eddie and of Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. And I asked him, I'm like, Eddie, can you just come on? And he's like, sure. So he was, let's bring him. Oh my God. Ed.
Hey. Maria.
Hi, oh my God. But this is my high school buddy, Eddie. We had some fun times.
Oh my gosh, we sure did, Maria.
Look at your mustache. You shaved your beard.
I did. I shaved my beard off so that I could keep the mask tight to my face during the whole closure when we came back in. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put it back on. I kind of miss it.
I kind of like the way you look like this too. You're very versatile though, Eddie. You can go like either way.
Funny. Yeah, thanks.
I mean, I've seen you. I mean, I knew you without a beard because you were a young kid, and I was, a young lass. So we didn't have beards then.
Well, my first beard was a fake one. I think you remember that.
Oh, right. Eddie.
Skinny Tevye.
Skinny Tevye. So let's tell everybody. Eddie, go ahead, Eddie. You tell the story.
Oh, gosh. My junior year of high school, auditioned for the senior musical Fiddler on the Roof, hoping to get a little part. And they cast me as Tevye. And you were my wife. That's
right. I was your wife, Golda. And we did that Sunrise Sunset. And my favorite, Do You Love Me?
I know. That was classic. That was so
God.
great. What a memory.
What a great memory. We had so much fun. And actually, we had an amazing drama department in our high school. And right?
I always hear you talk about on your show. I love coming on every week. Thank you for inviting me to be here tonight.
I'm dying for you to come on the show.
But you always talk about these lifelong friendships, and it's so true. I'm still connected with all of those people that we hung out with back then. And I'm really close with a lot of them. Here we are, you and I. How many years later? My 40th high school class reunion is this year.
I know.
Crazy.
Crazy. Really crazy. But we're still friends, so that says a lot about us. Gene Simpson.
Hi, Gene.
He's here. She said you were both. She's so excited you're here. She's screaming Eddie and yay. And you were both so good in Fiddler. We had a lot of fun, and our buddy Nick, who is not with us anymore, but he was just this amazing. He was Muddle the tailor.
He was so good. I always wondered if the show with Frank Abrahams picked the show for him to play Tevye.
I don't know. I mean, body type wise, he would have been a fit for Tevye. However, he had this great tenor voice that was perfect for Muddle.
We were both tenors, though.
Yeah, I know. But you did this other thing, like you could pop into the baritone part of your voice as well.
I don't know what he was thinking, but I had fun. That was just one thing, though. So many other things we did in the arts: Spartan Chorale, the plays, the senior plays, and Carnival Ball.
Oh my God, I got to tell you, big shout out to public schools, because my last 2 years of school, I was in the public school rather than the Catholic schools. But they really had a budget back then. Like schools had budgets for the arts, and I can't say enough about it. And like so much of what we learned it there, right, Eddie?
Yes, life lessons, and
Absolutely.
chosen family with chosen family. So
let me pop back on. I lost you for a second. Okay, so now let's go to, speaking of family, my family they're all hairdressers, as you know, Eddie.
I know.
They're all hairdressers. My sister has her own shop, European Flair in West Concord, and what used to belong to my dad, and then my sister bought it, and my cousin.
That's amazing.
Oh my God. And it's beautiful too. You would love it, Eddie. Now, you run a hair salon that we talk about every week, Blade Salon.
Yes.
Tell us about, and I got to say, I love your Instagram page and your advertisement. So tell me a little bit about what you guys do out there, Eddie.
Well, thank you. We're about to celebrate our 36th year in business. My partner, Jay, opened the salon in 1986. Yeah, 36 years next year. And, I was starting to date Jay. We've been together for 28 years now. Yeah. And I was in a job that I loved, and but I couldn't handle the people that I was working with. Incompetent, horrible, literally making myself sick. And Jay said to me, I'm going to lose a receptionist and a bookkeeper. Why don't you come help me out? And you can start your job search at your leisure. And at first I said no. And then I thought, you know what, why not? And I did, and I've been here, 26 years later. But the thing I remember most about starting that job was I had never worked with creative people, like a room full of hairdressers. And I knew at the end of the first day that this was where I wanted to be, because I was around people that were passionate and happy about what they were doing, and clients were happy, and it was just like nothing I had ever experienced. So they could never get rid of me.
I love it. And you know what the thing is about, and that's why I do the show, because creativity is like life's blood to me. And most of my friends are creative people. And like when you were talking about you knew the first day, because there was passion there, you said, and also there's magic. Magic is happening when people are creating. It's like you're seeing things before your eyes, or you're hearing things in a studio, or you're in a comedy club that you're like, I can't believe I'm here. This is amazing. I get to witness this. Yeah. And people in other jobs always get the privilege of that. You know what I mean? So
it's presented so many opportunities to me, Maria, things that I never would have had the experience to do.
Like what?
I think we have, I was thinking, I know I've been able to, Jay has done hair, and we've done hair behind the scenes for a lot of theater. I think we have a mutual acquaintance. The first person that we met was Julie Halston, a cabaret entertainer in New York.
Oh, amazing.
Yep, she came up, Jay did her hair. She performed with us in the Connecticut Gay Men's Chorus for a couple of shows. Wow. And I got to hang out with Julie backstage when Jay did her hair for the show. So that was the first celebrity that we got to work with.
And she's so sweet. She's so sweet.
She was amazing. We did a Connecticut Nutcracker, and she played a dominatrix, Martha Stewart, which was hilarious. She was so good. She was so good.
I could totally see that. She's a comedian. Julie Halston is a comedian, but she's an actress. She was in the last thing she was in, I think, was Tootsie on Broadway. Yeah. And right before that closed because of the pandemic, but that's what she was doing at the time.
So
So
lovely.
she does a show.
But we got to do a lot of things.
Yeah, and so I know you're in the Gay Men's Chorus out there. Is that starting back up at all?
You know, they've been up and running the whole time. They were doing things virtually the entire time.
Really?
When the salon really started taking off, we went from an 8-person salon to a 36-person salon. And there simply was, no time for the chorus performing anymore. So we still stayed in touch with everybody, and we're still involved with them. But I miss singing. I do. I miss singing with the chorus.
I know,
We had
you're a
some
good
really
singer.
special.
Eddie, I have to interrupt you. Brian Johnson, our friend from high school, says, "Hi guys, nice to see you both."
Hey, Brian.
Brian is still DJing and doing all kinds of things. He's up in the
He
all over the place.
DJ'd our last high school class reunion. He was awesome.
You know what? Which I missed. I got to get back to when we do it. We get our next one. For some reason, I don't get this stuff in the mail. So let me know when that happens, and I'll go. But we had a kind of reunion of Spartan Chorale, as you know.
I missed it. I was so bummed.
I was texting you. I was like, Eddie, are you on your way?
Oh my God.
I was so sad. And then we had another reunion of Stoneham Summer Theater. I saw your sister there, though.
Yes,
she was there a couple of summers ago, so it was nice to see her.
She's doing great.
She is wonderful. I love her. Please tell her I said hello. I love your sister.
Will.
Nice.
I will.
So now, Eddie, you guys are back. The salon is back to operating at full capacity, or how have people adjusted to that? Well,
we came back, and we are still doing things that we don't have to do. So we're still staffing at 50%. We're kind of erring on the side of caution. We were fortunate that we didn't have to let anybody go, because when we had to cut the staffing in half, half of our team decided to retire. We had some people that young moms that decided to stay home. So we didn't have to let anybody go, which was great.
Yeah.
But we came back. We've been back full steam. We worked extra days. Just what I saw all of you creative people doing. You make it work. You figure out how to make it work. But it was a really tough time, for everybody.
Absolutely. I
but
knew my
you survive
sister,
and you come out stronger.
Yeah, my sister, same thing. What the struggle was ridiculous. But here's the great part about food, being in the, someone that's a chef. Food and hair are two things that people are always going to need services for. Always, because you're going to need to eat every day, and your hair is going to keep growing. And
people
when it grows,
were really vocal about the hair.
Oh my God. I know people were having like full-on fits because they couldn't get their roots done. And I don't blame them.
No, I understand. I'm very grateful for that. My gosh, it's our livelihood, so
yeah,
I was so grateful for that. But we laughed because they kept saying, oh, we're going to send everybody back based on the science and the statistics. You have to social distance, stay apart. Except the hairdressers. Let's send them in and see how everything goes with them. So it was kind of scary, but we did great. Yeah. We did great. But we're still masking indoors, being cautious. A lot of people are not happy about that, but it's working. And until we feel confident, we're in tight quarters.
Because now I've noticed also, even if it's not COVID, a lot of people are getting like summer colds, the flu, things like that. So we're protecting ourselves from everything, really. It's like the subways in New York. You still have to wear a mask. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Me too. I am too. I'm fine.
I'm okay with it. I really am. So Eddie, who runs your Instagram page?
I do. I run all the social media for the salon. Jay does all the photos. Well, our whole team does the photos, and then he'll forward everything to me. So I do all the salon social media. Facebook
I love
and
your
Instagram.
I think it's one of the best I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks.
I really mean that, and I'm not just saying that. I always mention it.
Thank you.
It's really a good example of how a business promotes itself, because you show examples every week of different styles that you do and color. Like the color you folks do is amazing.
Our team's so talented. They're great.
Yeah, and you all get along, which is great. So Blade, again, this is Blade Salon. It's
there's the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures are amazing. Really great stuff.
Thank you,
and I love that everybody's got their masks on, and all that stuff is really great. So Eddie, I want you to stay on. Don't go anywhere. We are going to do the food section of our show. Now, Dorothy still with us, Leo, or she? I know Dorothy had a couple things to do, and it's so hot where she is. Is Dorothy gone?
Yeah, she went to go walk
Luther.
the diva.
Luther, Dorothy Chihuahua. Seriously, he's very demanding. So I'm sure that's what you're doing. Okay, let me see. Let's just do a couple of shout outs and then we'll do the food section of our show. Marcy Castro is watching us. Kate Greer has joined us. Hi, Kate Greer. Kate knows Dorothy. Cheryl Giuliani Rubenstein. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? She's in LA and that sweltering heat. Let me see. Catherine is still with us. Gene Simpson, Brian, Jay Rivera, our friend, our very talented singer and personal trainer, Jay Rivera. And Annette Zito said, love the Blades logo. So Annette,
Thank you.
She's a chef and she has her cooking show. So Annette knows her marketing. Yes, Jean says, I'm so happy for you, Eddie. Me too, Eddie, because you're such a good person. And I'm glad. Now, are you married, Eddie? Are you and Jay?
No, we are not married, but I've been engaged longer than anyone else I know.
I'm not married either, Eddie. It's okay. Some of us are not married. That doesn't mean we don't love our people. So that's not a big deal. Not everybody's married. It's okay, but I just
love and marriage.
Eddie's Leo is not married either. Okay. I want to do the food section of our show, so Leo's going to do it with me, and it's 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, keep eating. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Eating. All right, great. So what did I make tonight? I had to go back on a diet because all through the pandemic, I ate literally everything in sight, everything that I wanted. I did not deprive myself of one single thing that I wanted. And of course, I got fat. Like everybody got fat in COVID. Everybody got fat in COVID. That's what Lynn and I wrote a little song called Everyone's Fat in COVID. But so back on the, well, it's true.
It was about me.
What
I loved it. It was about me
it was about me. But you know what it was about when I started doing my pasta sauce and I was delivering it. I said to myself, "Oh my God, everyone's going to see me. They haven't seen me in a year, and I got so fat." And then the first thing everybody said to me was, "Oh my God, don't judge me. I got so fat." I said, "Me too. We all got fat." So it was the style. It was the style that year. All right. So what did I make? I'm back on the keto. So what I like about keto and the reason I can do it is because I do like all those things like prosciutto, cheese, meat. I like that. I don't want to give that up, and I don't want to do low fat. I can't do it. Things have to taste delicious, even if I'm on a diet. So what did I do?
Yes.
I did a sliced steak, a little sliced sirloin with garlic, of course, and then I onion, salt, lemon pepper. I sauteed some red peppers, red onions. I didn't put any wine in there because wine has sugar in it. And I like to cook with wine, but I didn't this time. And a little bit, this great thing that I bought called Kinder. They're like steak herbs and spices, Kinder butter. So it was a Kinder butter. Yeah. And my secret ingredient, truffle butter.
Oh.
So good. Oh my God, I can't wait to eat. And these are scallions sliced on top. So that is my keto meal for the night, folks. So I don't feel bad for me that I'm on a diet because I'm eating like a queen and the king here. Now, for my salad, and everybody knows I like a good salad. Okay, so I made, because Eddie's here with us, I used Boston lettuce, Eddie, for us. Celebrating our Boston. Yep. So I have avocado for, of course, there for Leo because he is Mexican. So that's for you, Leo. Then I have baby tricolored tomatoes, Persian cucumbers. I put a lemon on here because I don't want to use too much sugar in the, and I'm going to put extra virgin olive oil, and that's it. We're calling it a day. That's going to be delicious. Now, dessert is always the thing that bums me out about.
This is where you get to keto that I'm like,
I know. That's the only thing. So I do recommend Atkins has these great chocolate bars that you can get. There's a company called Kiss My Keto, too, that I love, that I order from. They have great chocolate bars. But tonight I went with a fresh fruit kind of thing. So this is what I did. Also,
in honor of both of us, Ed.
When I was a kid, we used to have a lot of Jell-O. I don't know about you, Eddie.
Yes.
Jell-O.
Yes.
How about you, Leo?
Yeah.
It's good for the nails. It's good for the hair.
I'm telling you, and it was the 70s. Every Jello was everything. Everybody had Jello. So I got sugar-free Jello. My whipped cream melted a little bit during the show, but so strawberry sugar-free Jello. Whipped cream is not bad at all. It's got like 1 gram of carbs. It's one of those things, and I love whipped cream. And I threw some blueberries in there. That is my red, white, and blue. I would have done this for 4th of July, but I was on vacation. I took the night. So that's what we're having tonight. We're having that, and it's going to be fine. So
Rob Lowe does those Atkins commercials.
Does he?
You know?
Leo was just
my hair.
My hair. So now, Eddie, you've always had been in great shape, as long as I can remember. Do you work out? No, you have, and you were. Oh my God, we didn't talk about marching band. Eddie.
Oh God.
Eddie was the marching guy in our school, and then after high school. So Eddie, do you still go to any of the competitions and all that? Like I know before COVID, but
I do all of that. I do. I'm a huge fan. That all got put on hold for the first time ever last year. So they're just starting up again this summer. No competitions, but they are going to do these demo performances, and but really limited. So that was really tough financially on all of the drum and bugle corps, and funding lost. Totally lost revenue. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to survive all that. But yeah, that was a big part of my life.
You turned me on to something. One of our mutual friends, Peg Gallagher.
Oh yeah,
Peggy Gallagher. She is still part of all these drum corps. And you sent me some footage that they do, I guess, Thanksgiving weekend.
Down in Plymouth, yes. Yeah. She marches in the alumni corps of the corps that I marched in. We marched together.
I know.
The summer of '79, we toured the country. Yeah. So that was kind of cool to do at 15 years old.
I gotta say, Eddie, our high school was amazing. You guys got to the drum and bugle corps got to tour the country.
Yeah.
And then, all that stuff. We had and also Mary.
Kyle.
Mary, yes, thank you, Mary Kyle. Yeah. I was like, just saw them, by the way. I saw them a few months ago. We all hung out.
They're so great. The nicest people.
They're so great. Such nice, sweet people. And also, remember, Eddie, our senior year, we went to Washington, D.C.
Oh, gee.
That was wild. It was wild. We went to Washington, D.C. and sang across the street from the White House. We sang. Remember that?
Hotel Harrington. Toga parties.
We were wild. No, my girlfriend recently saw those pictures and she's like, how old were you? I said, we were in high school. She's like, high school? And you were all in togas? So we were on a high school trip. Oh my God, that was so crazy. And Animal House was the big film back then. And we were all.
Oh my gosh, that was so crazy.
It was so crazy.
Think of the stuff we did, though. We sang at Symphony Hall in Boston. We went on exchanges, Pennsylvania.
That was so fun.
That was an incredible experience.
Yeah, we had a student exchange. That was really great. And how about when we did the Messiah? We used to do these really elaborate, very, very, very high-end stuff. Yeah. We did the Messiah, Handel's Messiah for Christmas.
I have a funny Messiah memory to share with you.
Yes, please do.
The dress rehearsal was at the band director's church. And the entire time we rehearsed that, Frank Abraham said, for the last Alleluia, the Alleluia chorus, look up at me, I might hold it for that last Hallelujah. And we're singing Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. And I'm looking down at my book, counting 1, 2, 3, the only person who burst out with Hallelujah.
No!
Yes. Never forget it. People still bring that up to me.
Do they really? Yes. Well, listen, they remember it. It was memorable.
Gosh.
Well, wait, did you remember we were doing one of the concerts and because he worked us hard.
Yeah.
Remember one of our, I don't know if it was a soprano or an alto, but somebody fainted. I mean, it's like, because you're standing there for so long singing.
I know.
And holding those damn notes. And somebody literally, while they were singing, and the rest of us caught them, just kind of held them up so we could hit that last note.
I think we were pretty good, though.
We were great. Are you kidding me? So big shout out to schools, public schools and private schools that continue to fund the arts and do amazing things. I also want to send a shout out to my friend Renee Lordy's son, Kyle. He graduated this year. He graduated just recently from high school. He's going to Gettysburg, and he plays, I think it's called the uniphone. He's it's this amazing brass instrument that's very kind of hard to find. And so he plays that beautifully. So he's in marching band in his high school, and I'm sure he will be in college. So shout out to our marching band guys and girls and musicians. Just music is beautiful, and keep doing what you're doing. Eddie, Stephanie Greco's joined us. She says, hi, Ed.
Steph. Hi, Steph.
Cool. I saw Stephanie recently, too. I was dropping off sauce in Massachusetts. Stephanie and her adorable grandchildren. Have you seen Stephanie's grandchildren?
I have not. Just online. They're on
delicious.
Facebook.
Oh, my God. So,
family.
Yeah. So, Eddie, what do you want to leave people with? You got like kind of the last word. What do you want to leave our listeners with when it comes to staying positive, staying creative?
I just think the most valuable life lesson that I've ever learned was to live in gratitude. I just find that when I'm living in gratitude and acknowledging all the blessings in my life, everything else seems to take care of itself. At work, at home, artistically, that's the big one for me. That's what keeps me centered.
I love that, honey. And you know what? If you're grateful, you're gonna have a better day. Just gonna have a better day, And and I find that one of the things that did come out of COVID that was positive was that people really started to appreciate each other again.
Yeah.
It's like funny when something is taken away, all of a sudden you want it again, And our friends and family, and I being out there, because I work in a lot of different clubs, and now we're back at full capacity.
That's so great.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so
happy for all of you. I can't even imagine.
Thank you, honey. And if you ever come to New York, let me know.
I'm coming. Now that we're open, I'm coming down.
But no, there's so much to do. I'll show you around. And you'll have to come into some of the clubs. And we'll get you up to sing, too, for sure.
Oh, geez. I would love that. That'd be so great.
Oh, it's so fun. And what I love about piano bars is people are singing at the top of their lungs. They're so happy. So I think my cousin Isabella is going to be in town this weekend. Izzy, I can't wait to see you. She's going to come to Brandy's on Friday. I think I'm at Brandy. So this weekend, here's my week. So if you guys are looking for me, Monday nights, I'm at the Stonewall Inn. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy has given us a minute. Monday nights, I'm at the Stonewall Inn. Wednesday, I'm at Duplex. Friday and Saturday, I'm at Brandy's this week. So come and visit us. Please support live music. We're so happy to see you. We want to thank Jim Bell. He's our producer and engineer at Armed Radio. Thank you, Jimmy. I want to thank Leo Rodriguez, the man behind the curtain, who is broadcasting from his school because he lost power at his home. That is dedication. I want to thank Dorothy Bishop. She's doing the Dozen Divas show at the Triad this Friday. And my sweetheart friend from high school and who runs Blade Salon, Ed Coutu. Thank you, Eddie. I love you. I loved you then. I love you.
My pleasure. I love you too.
For another 100 years, honey. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you guys. Good night, everybody. We're so happy you're here. See you next week.